So earlier I had done a video on the Giuoco Piano Trap, and I figured out that there was another move you could play as white, and that was actually a better move than I had suggested. So I'm going to be showing you that move, and it's Giuoco Piano is like one of the most common games, one most common openings in chess. So it might actually work. And if you're playing a very low rated player, um, I think it should work because yeah. Okay, so it starts out with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, b c4, b c5, c3. So this is the Jacobiano opening, also known as the Italian game. From here, black continues with knight f6, and we push d4. Now you can see that there is of course the black bishop is under attack. So you'll see ed4, now cd4. From here bb4 check. um, now you have to do now there are a lot of options here. One option is you can play knight d2, another is bishop d2, and another is knight c3. And personally I like knight c3, but you might be saying that this pawn is getting sacrificed over here, but it's actually really worth it. So from here knight into e4, and the white, and from here you have to castle. Now over here black mainly has two options. He can either kill he either kill it with the knight, kill the knight with his knight, or with the bishop. And if your opponent is a sensible player, he'll know the main line, and that is bishop into c3. But uh, just in case he isn't aware and he is quite greedy, then he'll kill knight into knight, going for that extra pawn. Now I'll show you why he can't, how he won't win the pawn if he kills it with the bishop. If he kills the pawn, then it's queen e1 check, and it's of course and you get the fork. Um, so from here he'll kill knight into knight, and you have to play with pawn into knight. So and from here you have to continue. In my previous video, from here bishop into c3 is a common move. Is and it's not a common move actually, but if black is a greedy player, and most of the times they will be actually, uh, they will play bishop into c3. And from here in my previous video I had suggested this line, the bishop a3 and bishop into a1, rook e1 check, gaining the queen. But I figured out that in my comment section, some guy had commented that queen b3 is a better move, and I actually believe that queen b3 is a much better move in this scenario, as if bishop into a1, then bishop into f7 check, and after king f8. Now of course he won't come to king e7 because bishop g5 is coming, and after the skewer you'll get the queen right there. So he'll go to king f8, then you can continue with bishop g5. Now of course the queen has nowhere to go, and the knight has to interfere to save the queen. From here you can simply play rook e1, and the queen is yours. Now you can see that the king is under threat. The king has nowhere to go to on the board because both his squares are protected by the bishop, and it has two pieces, and the bishop is supported by my queen. So from here it's actually a pretty easy win for white. So uh, I'll show you another variation. From here if and if uh, black castles, then you of course have the bishop. And now let's see material wise who's up. Three pawns versus three 7 pawns versus 5 pawns, and you're a piece up. So basically two pieces, a piece for 2 pawns, that's actually worth it. And also you're positionally much better than black, because his d pawn isn't developed yet. His bishop has nowhere to go. So I think it's going to be an easy win for white. Thanks, guys.